Hey guys, Blue Delta Wolf here. This is Magic the Gathering 2014 and we are doing my Sylvan Might Sweet 60. So here we go. This is amazing. I've just done a showcase for this deck. I'll upload that video separately. As you can see, I have 40 out of 40 cards. 60 cards in deck, which are 26 creatures, 10 other and 24 land. So here we go. Taunting Elf, overpowered. You need to buff this card with everything you have so that it can constantly kill off blockers. 2 of them. 3 Essence Warden, 1 for 1/1, but whenever another creature enters the battlefield you gain 1 life. This is essential early game because you do need to keep alive to get your other creatures out that give you your basic, it's basically the way of staying alive until you can be overpowered. Glade Cover Scout, 1 for 1/1 with Hexproof. Every creature in my deck is an elf, by the way. 1 for 1/1. Whenever Copperhorn Scout attacks, untap each other creature you control. That's amazing. Another 1 for 1/1. Spire Tracer can't be blocked except by creatures with flying or reach. Rancor, we all know what Rancor does. 2 of them. Insist, it's 1 for the next creature spell you cast this turn can't be countered by spells or abilities, but I just use it for drawing a card really. That's not really a powerful feature, but the drawing is amazing. 1 for 1/1 again. Whenever another elf enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on him. That's just amazing. Talara's Battalion. It costs 2 for a 4/3, but it has to be the second spell you cast this turn, and it has trample, so easy to get a 1, just cast 1 that costs 1, and then basically it's 3 for a 4/3, so easy as that. 2 for a 1/1, whenever you tap here you gain 1 life for each elf on the battlefield. I just used that card to get over 2000 health, took a while but I got there. Nissa's Chosen, 2 for a 2/3, very basic card but it's cheap for a blocker. 3 of them. Renegade Leader. You can regenerate elves and you get a free trample card. It's a Stampede, so basically you can do Stampede whenever you want. Amazing. Imperious Perfect, 3 for a 2/2. All your other elves get 1/1 and you can use it to put 1/1 creatures on the battlefield every single turn. Timberwatch, target creature gets XX, where X is the number of elves on the battlefield, and that's till the end of turn, but it's very, very good for surprise blocking and stuff. Beastmaster Ascension. I'm not really sure if this card is needed, but it's always worked well for me in other decks, so I'm going to do a bit more testing, but for now it's got a place there because it's a very strong card. Alpha Status, enchant creature for 2/2 for each other creature on the battlefield that shares a creature type with it, so the more elves you've got, the more powerful that creature gets. Blanchwood Armor, always been a strong card, plus 1/1 for each forest. Lead the Stampede, a great way of getting elves in your hand. Immaculate Magistrate, put a 1/1 counter on target creature for each elf you control. That's not till the end of turn, so that is amazing. Definitely 2 of them. Heedless One with amazing animation. It doesn't show up on this screen for some reason. Her power is equal to the number of elves on the battlefield, and she has trample. So 2 of them. This one's great. It's a 4 for a 2/2 with trample, but you reveal the top 4 cards and put elves into your hand. Ambush Commander. All forests you control are green elf creatures that are still lands. Sacrifice an elf and target creature gets plus 3/3. I wouldn't use that effect, but it's great because all of your forests are now creatures. Only be careful of that if the enemy has a wipe spell. You do not want him wiping the board with all of your forests are creatures. That would be a loss for you. Seedborn Muse. Untap all permanents you control during each player's untap step. So all of your tap buff cards can be used on both yours and your opponent's turn. We all know what Coat of Arms does. It was amazing in the last elf deck. It's amazing in this deck. Just beware. There are other decks that have a lot of similar creatures, for example zombies or slivers. You don't want that to be up if the enemy has more creatures than you, okay? And the final one, Asceticism. Creatures you control have hexproof and you can regenerate target creature. This is an enchantment that sits on the field. Literally an amazing deck. Is it as strong as the last elf deck? Not sure. It feels like it is. So I really like this deck. Creatures that didn't make it. Juraga Warcaller. Very rare do I use the kicker feature, and it's just a 1 for a 1/1. And it usually sits in my hand for ages because I haven't got the balls to summon it, so waste of time. Fauna Shaman, don't like discarding, even if it is going to bring another elf that I need, but I just put elves that I need anyway, so I'm always going to draw one that I need. Gaia's Herald, situational, only useful against the blue deck. Caller of the Claw, very complicated to use. You have to wait for creatures to die, and then you have to flash it in. It's just a pain in the ass, I don't use it. Groundbreaker, Trample Haste, not an elf, didn't play it. Genesis Wave. No, not for me. Don't like revealing cards. It's not bad. There's a lot of drawing available, but this isn't a draw deck. And again, tapping 5 creatures that you control, it's a little bit much for me just for a 7/7 elemental. Excuse me, which isn't even an elf. So no need for that one. Not an elf. That's a good card. I would put that one in actually. It creates saprolings which aren't elves, but I'm thinking of maybe putting that one in. What would I take out though? Maybe I'd swap that for Beastmaster Ascension. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna do that. No, I'm not actually. I'll leave it in. Mythic Proportions. Target has 8/8 and Trample. Too expensive. Biorhythm. Each player's life total becomes the number of creature they control. Now that's good, but it's expensive, situational, and very end game. No. Only needed 1 coat of arms, didn't need 2. Gem Palm Strider is good. Cycling and stuff, but no, I don't. It's not the style I'm going for. Already have one of those. Enlarge is good, but it's only till the end of turn. Really good for a taunting elf. Might put it in the future. Well Wisher, I've got 2 of them. This is good, but it doesn't have haste, so it's really only good for a blocker. And that's the Sylvan Might deck, guys. I hope you liked the video. I hope this deck build helps you win some matches. Leave me a comment. Constructive criticism is always appreciated. And I'll see you on the next video. Take it easy, guys.